Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Multimedia
Matt.
Madness. Sorry. Okay, let's start that over. Let's start that over. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no, we're going. We're live. We're going with it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hi.
Start us off with a little bit of Black Ops.
All right. So I bought Black Ops 4. It was not cheap. It cost me $200 to buy. It was 12 months of PSN,
Holy
and
crap.
then I bought the season pass with the game. I think it's going to be worth it though. But then again, I said that about World War II, and that shit did not turn out very well. So, Black Ops 4, I played a little bit of multiplayer with my boy Stranger. That was a lot of fun. I don't usually enjoy multiplayer in games sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially first person shooters, depending on the game, the franchise. Call of Duty being one of them. I never really got into it. But this one I think I could get into.
That's funny, 'cause Call of Duty's
Yeah, exactly. They're the exact opposite.
Yeah.
I used to be a huge Halo fanboy. So they introduced like a class system into it where you can get certain rewards and you have different abilities at your disposal. And then again, they have the classic pick 10 class system. So you pick a gun, you pick
sidearm,
Sidearm.
perks,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah, exactly, right? So you have all that and then you just play the map. There's no big jetpacks, no jumping shit like that. It's like the only kind of irritating thing is sliding. And
Yeah.
that's about
That's
it.
just that thing. Trailer that person on your team or something.
Yeah. So where were you right there? Okay. So yeah, no, it's super fun. Honestly, I might go back to the multiplayer just by myself, which is huge if you know me because I don't play multiplayer games by myself very much. All right, moving on to second best part of the game, Blackout. Blackout is absolutely a blast. It's so much fun. I don't understand what the point of having zombies and stuff and like the mystery box is in the game because there's like the mystery box and there's zombies that come around at certain points in the map. I guess just to make it a little bit more lively and to bring it into the like Call of Duty universe, I guess.
Okay.
But it's still pretty fun. Like I played with Stranger, I played with my buddy Keith, and we were just having a blast. Turns out in this game there is friendly fire, so you can kill your teammates.
In zombies too?
In zombies, I think so.
I've heard of team deathmatch, for example, and then hardcore, where you can still actually kill your teammates or do whatever, right?
Yeah. In Blackout, you can kill your teammates because I learned that by somebody I dropped a gun accidentally and my teammate came and picked it up and wouldn't give it back to me, so I shot him. Our friends were just like, "Yo, how'd this guy go down?" I'm like, me." They're like, "What do you mean, me? What are you doing?" I'm like, "Look, he's the random on our team. He stole my gun. So you know what?
He's gone.
He got what it was coming to him. That's some poetic justice right there. Do not steal guns, you guys. Especially not for me, because I'm gonna fucking kill you." Anyways, best part about the game so far that I really enjoyed: zombies. I played a lot of Blood of the Dead. I still don't understand everything that's going on that map. It's ridiculous. There's like how to get Pack-a-Punch. It's not like every other Pack-a-Punch where it's you make it to the location. You have to do like 2 or 3 different things. You have to actually build the shield to access Pack-a-Punch.
Yeah, I noticed that like health system, like protecting kind of shield things throughout the multiplayer and stuff like that too. So it's making it so you can't like just noob tube hardcore and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it nice and unified.
Yeah.
It really does. It makes it super out like connects throughout the entire game. No matter if you're playing Blackout or like multiplayer or zombies, there's going to be shield elements to it and other stuff like that. One of my favorite parts was you can pick your own like specialist class again. So most of them are melee weapons. My favorite being the Thunder of Valhalla, I think it's called. It's a giant hammer, and you can just run around with it and smack zombies.
So it's Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer.
Kind of like the gravity hammer.
Basically, yeah. You get a ton of options. One of them is a minigun. Another's a flamethrower. You can get Takio's sword. You can get the Ragnarok DG4 from Black Ops 3. I don't know if you ever. So it's basically you have 2 things like this, and they're like basically gravity hammers from Halo 3, but on steroids. You jump up and you smash, and they're so cool. And there's like little nuances you can do with it. With the Ragnaroks, especially, you can tap them together and it makes like a little electricity field around you, so zombies can't come near you.
Oh, okay.
It's super cool. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to go home and play some again. Because after school today, you guaranteed I'll be on PlayStation playing some dang zombies.
Yeah, you're making me want to and get to play it right away.
You gotta, dude, just wait for like Christmas or something. Wait for that. Wait for maybe everyone will pitch in together.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Black Friday or Boxing Day, one of those two.
Oh yeah, Black Friday's coming up, isn't it?
November, something like that. I don't know exact, but yeah.
Are you waiting?
Oh, fuck no, I don't do that anymore. I haven't done that since I was like a teenager.
Oh my god.
I don't follow that as much.
Yeah, I did that last year. I actually got interviewed for it on Global News.
Oh.
It's like it was like a full interview, but they only had like a 5-second clip.
Okay.
And it's
sorry.
it's like a popular meme. I actually have it on here if we want to throw that up on stream. It's really it should be in here. Oh yeah, look, it's us. I had to label it something that I would remember, otherwise I wouldn't understand. So we'll get to the specific part, but yeah, what have you done? What have you gone Black Friday shopping for?
Like, honestly, I think the last time I did anything was I think it was Call of Duty. I was pre-ordering Call of Duty gaming again, but it was that I got for PS3 and Xbox 360 because I had one reserved for my Xbox 360, and then my brother-in-law wanted me to get a copy of it for PlayStation 3. So I was like, I have a reserved copy, and then I happened to get a copy as well. So I got to see the system that way.
Yeah.
So that's the last time I don't get things like that.
Okay, yeah. So, little context behind this. My buddies and I, one of them's actually right here. My buddy Zach, one of our troops, God bless him. But yeah, we were just chilling outside of a Best Buy because they wanted to buy PlayStation VRs and I wanted to get a Nintendo Switch for my older brother for Christmas because I know he always wanted one. So I was like, I know if I go to a Black Friday event, I'll easily get one because it'll be fully stocked. But yeah, so yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's only 5 seconds long. That was that was that. But it was super fun getting interviewed about stuff like that and then actually seeing it. I like texted my mom immediately. I'm like, Mom, look on Global News this morning. Woo! It's like one of the few times that I've been like on TV and stuff, so nice. I had to throw that in. All right. Well, speaking of TV, Dave, you want to take it away here?
So Alberta Media Production Association. What it is, there was an event in Red Deer College region. It's basically it was called Producers Accelerators. Going into learning how to get your projects on like what you want to do from a television show / website to a movie. A big part of it was Tell a Story Hive.
Do you want to bring that up?
Yeah, what's Tell a Story Hive is a bunch of people, they put their application and then people will vote for whichever one they think is the best. And then if you win this, you get $10,000 to start making your next episode, next version of it, right?
Yeah.
It's a really good way to get funded at the very beginning of out as a filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go learn. I lost my train of thought. you learn where to take that money, and then you get experience to bring it into different mediums, different accounts and stuff like that. So, yeah, that was a big part of it. And then we learned things about like developing your story and stuff like that. So there was a few panels that were specific, like everyone had to go to, right? And then there was ones that there'd be two panels at the same time. You'd either go to one or go to the other. I went to one that was developing your story, so learning how to kind of develop your characters and stuff like that. And then another one, and then a big one that I specifically went to out of my group was, it was called Failing Forward. So it was learning from your mistakes in the film industry and stuff like that, and actually not being afraid to take chances and everything. It was definitely very interesting. It's hard to kind of, same thing with the Venom one that we were talking about last week, was difficult to talk about without going into a lot of details. It's definitely you have to be there type of thing. One thing that I actually found really interesting was one that we talked about was being like diverse. So having, like, just because, say, your character is a successful businessman, he doesn't have to be a white guy, right? Bringing out different people from the different areas, and how the Canadian government in the film and television area is actually getting people to broaden their minds, even though you may not be racist necessarily. Just having that, like, stereotype out of your mind, like, why can't it be this type of person, right? So it was really interesting. Talking about different film festivals and stuff like that. So this is Telefilm. It's directly related, basically, with Story Hive. This is just an example of one of the ones you can kind of, once you get your content out there, on how to bring it into different festivals and learn where to go and stuff like that. So this is Telefilm. Honestly, I don't remember the names of the other ones, but this is just an example that we got. Yeah, it was definitely a good way to learn, especially as, like, a lot of the people that I've been talking to at this program so far are like, oh, I'm first year, I don't need to do this, but it's get your stuff out there, start making stuff now. Like, just because you can't do things.
No, absolutely not. That's what kind of inspired this podcast. Is actually just creating content and just getting some practice in there and making experiences.
Exactly.
I
met a couple people in Red Deer that were willing to possibly work with me, and there was one guy, actually, because I know French. He's working specifically with people that are French. So that was, like, just getting and he's working, his project is working on, like, the food truck scene, basically.
Food trucks.
Yeah, so food trucks in Alberta, in Canada, and how they've developed and where they are now compared to the United States and stuff like that. So he's making, I don't think it's a movie, but more like a series. So I'm going to be possibly working with him, and he's a student as well. So just getting contact with other producers and stuff like that, just to kind of get out there. It was neat. Yeah.
That's awesome. So sorry I couldn't make it out. So it's been on local news. I don't know if you heard about this little girl named Janaea.
No.
She's grade 3, so she's about 9 years old. She has a brain tumor, and unfortunately she is predicted to not make it to Christmas.
Okay.
So they basically gave her an early Christmas. There were, like, some Disney princesses there. There was a whole fundraiser for her, and a bunch of people had Christmas lights strung up throughout the town for her to go see. And she arrived in a limo and stuff like that, and she basically just had a whole day of fun. And so that was Sunday, and that was super fun, and I got to be a part of it. So,
wow. Yeah,
that's my excuse for not going.
Well, that's definitely not an excuse. That's definitely a good reason.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, it's if you're definitely interested, go to the AMPIA website. They'll have a lot of information on where to kind of start getting things out and stuff like that, and you can kind of link to different companies that have ways of building your movies and everything like that.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. I'll have to definitely take a look. We just stopped because my backpack just suddenly moved. There's a spooky spirit in here. Anyways, anything else you want to say on the topic? Or?
Not yeah. It's just you kind of have to learn about it and kind of have to be. It's a thing you kind of have to just be there. Like
Yeah, you kind of have to just be
yeah.
there for
So
it.
I'm definitely recommending like yourself, any other people that want to go to definitely go next year. Like I'm going to go next year again, even though I was there already.
Yeah.
Just to
There's
help learn. Always something to learn, right?
always more stuff to learn. Yeah, there was a panel that was actually hosted here on Monday. I don't know if you were.
I heard about it.
Yeah, the Ray Mazuka. So the co-founder of BioWare was here at Nate's and he gave a speech and I found it really inspiring. The main thing that I took away from it was focus and having like an actual focus on whatever creative endeavor you want to do as an entrepreneur. So making sure that you have that goal in mind and making sure that you know the exact path you want to take for that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And if things change, then things change. There's not a big thing. Like it's bound to happen in the industry.
Yeah, that's like right. If something didn't go the way you wanted it to, you like change your path and learn from it so you can do something better in the future, right?
Exactly. So yeah, that's super awesome. We both had some pretty good experiences.
And stuff so far. Yeah, exactly.
Woo!
I'm liking being at Nate. You actually get to learn because like some of these things, yeah, you can download Adobe like Premiere or whatever and just learn it yourself. But you like being out of school to do it, you actually learn about these events and how to actually build.
You learn how to build networking. You learn like you make a ton of friends and you learn stuff from them as well. So like you're both working on a video. Yeah, it's only
No, I know.
yeah. There's like you're learning from other people. So let's say, oh, I don't know how to do this effect. Someone else might know how to do it. You learn from them.
Exactly.
You collab with them. Like that's how Davis and I met. That's how this whole thing started.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's our whole backstory.
So good in the future making movies or whatever, and Jayden needs work, he can contact me, or vice versa, right? Or anyone else in our program.
When you said needs work, I thought you meant as like a personal quirk. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I need some work. I need to, just.
I don't know what you're getting at. I don't.
Just to whip me into shape.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to find the right phrase. Okay. Moving on to our next topic.
Basically one of the last topics here. Yeah, there's a new movie that's coming out.
Okay. You said you've never been to an escape room.
I've never been to. I know they are, but
yeah, there are tons throughout the city of Edmonton, and there are tons elsewhere. Like Calgary has probably a bunch of good ones. California, absolutely the greatest. New York itself is an escape room on its own.
Just the city trying to navigate through the city itself.
Yeah, exactly, right? So the whole point of an escape room is you have an allotted time period with a certain group of people, and you have to make it out of the room.
Yeah.
That's the name of escape.
Follow the clues, yeah.
So you follow puzzles, and you gotta use a lot of intuition and stuff like that. So what we're gonna do today is something brand new. We're gonna actually show you guys the trailer live on stream, and then afterwards we're gonna discuss it a little bit and give our thoughts on it, because my buddy Shane, who actually came along with us, he gave some really good insight into his opinion on on this movie, on this trailer at least. So I definitely want to talk about that, and this is going to be super exciting because I absolutely love escape rooms. I've been to probably about 13, not unique places, but 13 adventures.
Yeah.
My win rate is about like 46%. It's not the greatest, but you know what? We're trying. Like some of them are super hard, and some of them are like I'll describe some of my personal experiences after, but I really want to get into this trailer. So we're gonna hit this. You have to do that. All right. So it might be a little loud, so we're gonna have to monitor that, but.
cringy.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it looks like a super awesome movie just because I love escape rooms and I want to see where they go with it and how they actually move on from room to room.
Yeah.
And if like I wonder if it's going to be one of those cheesy movies where it's like, oh yeah, everyone looks like they died, but they actually lived happily ever after. And it's like, no, no, that's not how that works.
The one thing I noticed is that it gave away a lot of stuff in the trailer. It was a little bit too much, I think,
Yeah.
especially with the whole like, are we outside, or they knew about us already. They should have taken some of that stuff out. It was a little too much. It kind of gets rid of the feel of the
I
movie.
would like to counter argue the if are we outside? It's like I don't think they would think that they're outside. That kind of seems stupid to me because they walked into a giant building.
Yeah.
So all the other rooms are super cool and they all look super immersive. And from an escape room standpoint, I don't understand how they're going to do the snow one. Like that's going to be beyond me.
Yeah, it does.
So.
Definitely does look interesting. I'll
Yeah.
probably go see it for sure.
Honestly.
Yeah, it does. Like, I like how they're like, I don't know if this has started, and then it's like turning up the degrees, and it's actually turning up in the room. Like, yeah, and it kind of shows their steps of how they kind of are getting out and everything. But
I think this won't be. Oh yeah, this is going to be best movie ever. This is going to be. Oh yeah, this will be a fun like cheesy flick you just like put on to watch with like your friends or your girlfriend or something like that, and then that's that.
Yeah.
This is not something that's like oh yeah, this will be Emmy Award winning for sure, because honestly some of that was pretty cringy, especially the fact where they escaped the fire and the one guy's just like, oh, that's pretty immersive. Dude, you're dripping with sweat. You felt the flames. Like
real, yeah.
Like this isn't a game anymore. Like I understand you're trying to like I'm pretty sure that's like the nerdy character who's been to a bunch of escape rooms, so he knows what's up, right?
Yeah.
So he just thinks, oh yeah, it's super immersive, and he doesn't know anything better than that.
Yeah.
But like, come on, dude, you should understand how fire feels. You should understand what's going on.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to an escape room. I've never done one before, but it's not gonna be that dangerous.
No, it's not as dangerous as it's. I'd definitely be down to go to an escape room. I've been talking about it with like a couple different groups of friends.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can get everyone together on one night. We book out an entire building.
Yeah.
And just do escape rooms all night, because that was like, it's such a huge bonding experience between like friends and stuff. That was one of the few like group outings I remember going through in high school.
Mhm.
We actually did that for our senior ditch day. So like grade 12, you did your senior ditch day.
I don't remember if I did it in high school or not.
Yeah. So ditch day, for those of you who don't know, it's basically the grade 12s or the last year high schoolers, they just ditch one day. Most of the teachers are not very happy about it because it's like, oh, we missed a day. It's like, okay, it's one day of the year.
But they know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They just don't know which day.
Yeah. No, most of them do. My high school knew which day they were going to happen for whatever reason.
Okay.
Right? So a bunch of the high school teachers were like, yeah, we're going to schedule tests. We're going to schedule like exams or practices and stuff like that. So you guys have to make sure you show up for class. So I had to show up for my first block class in the morning. Then I skipped the last two. I could skip the last class any day I wanted to because the teacher honestly didn't care, but everything else was like, I should be there for it. And the people that did stay for seniors ditch day for one of the classes was like, okay, on the exam, there's going to be a question, and this was calculus. It's like, it's going to be a math question, but all you're going to write is purple silly dinosaur legs or something like that. And just so you get the answers for those of you who showed up. So you got bonus marks for showing up. Yeah, and it was a question that made logically no sense, so all of us were like sitting there, we're like, what the fuck is this question? But that's what you do. So a bunch of people in my high school, they took a truck, made the bed into a hot tub, like with tarps and stuff, and they just sat at the back of school. I'm like, guys, the reason of ditching, well, I guess it was ditching school in a way and just giving a giant middle finger to everyone who walked outside, because they just had like a barbecue and they just had a blast of fun outside. And just like standing up to the principal and the teachers that were there. Some of the teachers would come on and it's like, huh, that's awesome, dude. And I was sad that I wasn't a part of that, but no, me and a couple of my friends, we went to an escape room, and then we went to go see the Lonely Island movie, Popstar.
Yeah.
Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah. That was a pretty funny movie. Andy Samberg always killing
Andy
it.
Samberg.
Yeah.
He's good.
Andy Samberg is the best. He's one of my favorites. Dude.
Yeah, he is. Well, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man.
Exactly. 9-9.
9-9.
Yeah. It's such an awesome show. All right.
So yeah, basically, if you want to know more information about anything we're talking about, some of the links will possibly be below if we can get them to do, if we can get something like that.
On YouTube for sure.
Yeah, on YouTube for sure. We'll probably get more gameplay for Black Ops 4, the AMPIA website, and the escape room trailer if you want to rewatch it again yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And if you guys have any questions for us, you can ask us on Twitter, on our Multimedia Madness Twitter, or just on individual Twitters. Doesn't really matter. We're happy to answer all questions and respond to all hate comments.
Let us know what you guys think. What you guys thought.
Yeah.
See you again next week.
Yeah, exactly. Peace out, guys.